Guys, welcome Beyond the Arena podcast. Today we have Obabo, Ismoo, and Scribble. Of course, one of those main things that we're going to talk about is going to be the balance patch. And, well, I guess any of you guys don't have to do any introduction. Like, you guys are pretty much as much on anything as I am, so introductions not really needed. Balance patch. Anyone who wants to start with some fun first takes?
I mean, I don't know if I have any fun takes. They're more like depressing.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm just hoping that there's something in there that we're like sleeping on that actually becomes good.
True.
Because,
True. Fair.
Sometimes that's the case, but right now it's like really hard to see it.
Is the fire Ezio's buff, is that skill 2? It is, right?
Yeah.
Is he like better for dungeons now or something?
I was thinking about that as well, but no, because the main thing is you use it in mid-boss, you don't use it in a wave, and then you have it at mid-boss again, but that is on a 3-turn cooldown. You don't need a 2-turn cooldown for that.
Right, so, okay.
So
I thought it was like something positive, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with a lot of these balance changes for the current balance patch. It is a change rather than a buff. Like, what are we thinking, Samath, for the skill 3? Is it a buff or a nerf?
Okay, I use the math quite a bit, and
Exactly.
I would say it's for sure a nerf.
Yeah,
I also think it's a nerf.
For sure,
I don't think you need the strip as much as you need the pushback.
I would say for arena defense, it's a buff.
Yeah, for arena defense maybe, but like I would say for RTA, like even if it was 100% chance to remove a buff, it would still be better with the pushback.
Yes, I agree on that.
Well,
so it's a pretty hard nerf to RTA.
The issue for me is also, if we're talking arena offense, why does he only strip one thing? Like that.
Yeah.
Might as well just strip everything at that point, right? I don't know.
They could have just added the strip to it. It would have been fine, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think it really needed a nerf, or a buff. But I think it's funny that like the Fairy King or Samath Strange is probably like a bigger nerf than Eresion's nerf. And I mean, I still think Eresion's nerf is like decent, but I think Samath got nerfed harder, which is funny for RTA at least.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, actually, the Eresion nerf, if we're talking about the best unit in game at the moment, we're going from 15 to 10%, which on the grand scale of hitting 4 units twice, that is an 8-time multiplier that goes from 15 to 10, which you can cycle a full turn or you get towards like 80% bar. That is a pretty substantial, noticeable thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's pretty big because it's like, because you're limited to 80 bar and then you're also like nerfed 33% on the actual pushback.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big nerf, I would say.
Yeah, I think it will be noticeable, especially but I think it actually hits Solvark a lot harder than it hits Eresion.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Because with
Eresion doesn't really need to cycle back, yeah.
Yeah, like the thing with Solvark, what you could do is S2, S3, S1, S2, which was really strong. So if you get a proc, you get like 4 turns off, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
How would you guys have liked to see Eresion for a nerf?
I mean, I want to see how this ends up, because I feel like this will actually reduce his win rate by at least 1%, and then we'll see if like, because I guess Solvark was one of his main, or like one of the main follow-ups as well to him.
True.
So I guess we'll see how it does.
I think this is a decent Eresion nerf to start off with. I mean, it had to be the skill 2, right? Because the skill 3 isn't anything crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't just, I mean, if you take away the leader skill again, sure, that's a big nerf, but I mean, they don't really do that. So it had to be the skill 2, and I think this is a good way to start with nerfing it.
Yeah.
I agree on that. Maybe there's another option, but no one will like it. It's decreasing the strip chance, the activation rate.
Yeah.
100 to 80, something like that.
Okay, then
But
this
is already more
make a unit worthless again. Because at that point you can't rely on it. So just you're forced to draw too many strippers again. You're right.
Yeah. I would have rather seen, what I would have liked to see is change the whole family to a global lead and make it a 24 lead and then see how it works out.
I think then, okay, so my take on that, if he were to be a 24 lead, I think he's actually bad. Is that weird?
No, I think that's actually pretty
really carried by the 33 lead.
Yeah, I think so as well. So therefore, I would like to see that rather than the because I think it's still then he would be in the same section of like, let's say a Chiwu, a Moor, those kind of strips.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think. I mean, sure, there's like he's got a bit more value in like the next few turns with his skill 2, but there's no like crazy reason to use him over more Chew always. It's just the same unit again.
Yep.
We already have 2 of those. Is how
Probably
I see
worse
it.
even because he's wind and loses to a lot of the like turn 2. I mean, I guess he has heal up, which helps a bit into some.
Yeah,
the
the skill 2 brings a lot of value, so he'd
Yeah.
still be playable with a 24 lead, but he would just be so much worse. And you're just going to end up getting out contested by Megumis and Vanessas and Olivers. And now you have an equal lead, so you can actually speed contest properly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the defense break is pretty nice as well.
Yep.
With the skill 1. It's not reliable enough, but it still works pretty good on him.
Yep. But also, people are mentioning the heal block is so strong in the meta because heal block really messes up the Gandalfs, or mainly the Gandalfs, but also a Seimeis, for example. Like Seimei would be crazy good against those Draken Warriors if it wasn't for heal blocks.
Yeah.
Seimei is good against everything else, though, so you're chilling.
No, Seimei against heal blocks, you're actually kind of messed up.
Yeah, but against everything else, you're fine.
That is fairly true. That's fairly true.
I mean, I think Seimei is really OP, but at the same time, there are a lot of things that are good versus her. Like pushback is obviously
Yep.
really good.
Yeah,
Deep
for
break
sure.
is
And like
huge.
with the addition of
Heal
2
block is
like
great.
pretty
Like, those
meta
are
units
usually-
right now that are big heal blockers,
Yeah.
Seimei's kind of fallen off. For sure.
But she's great.
Yeah.
She's a late pick. You can't pick her too early.
Yeah, exactly. She's
I
definitely
think
like a
we
4
see
or
her a
5 pick.
lot more as well into all the Gandalfs and stuff right now if it weren't for Dracan Warriors, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
agree on that.
Yeah, I think that's
What is-
also. Oh, sure, go ahead.
I wanted to ask about Friedrion, the light Dracan warrior. Do you think he's
Oh.
dead even after the small buff of the passive?
Wait, so no, he got nerfed as well. He shares the same S2, right?
Right, he's sharing the S2, and then he got the passive buff that he adds one more, or the debuff he gets, he adds it to a teammate of the enemy who attacks him.
No, yeah, it's like a random caster, right? So it
Yeah,
reflects
yeah.
it back to the main one and then also a random run, correct?
Exactly,
mean,
exactly.
The unit was never like good, right? So it's not like you can just kill him with a skill 2 nerf.
Yeah, but the thing is, he had a passive that's also kind of mediocre. So I think the
Right,
unit.
and they buffed the passive, so like if anything, he came out ahead in this balance patch. I just don't think it's a good unit yet.
Yeah.
He can't.
think
He
he's
can't
even
throw
worse.
back stuns, right? Only like
no, it's
deep
just
break stuff.
harmful
No.
Okay.
effects.
Only harmful, yeah.
Ah.
So I feel like he's worse than before now. He got a nerf.
I don't think he's worse than before. I think he's just as bad as before.
When someone
was
is
gonna say that
saying,
he's better,
Inshallah, Fridion is the
but it's
next
not,
glory of the.
I would say it's slightly
that's a
better, but
crazy
it's
thing
not,
to say, man.
Anything crazy, in my opinion.
Oh, man. But yeah, I
it
think Fridion was bad before, still bad right now. I think he's more nerfed than buff, but it's just the passive doesn't make that much sense. Like, if he could throw back stunts, then we're talking, but just debuffs, who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
Was
it's the
there a
same thing
good
with-
reason for a Fire Centaur nerf, by the way? Sorry, just
I was talking to a bunch of guildies. In offense, we were definitely using it a lot. In defense, it was not used at all in like the high-end siege, but apparently in low-end siege, it was spammed all over the place. So I think it was maybe more like G1 siege orientated, but I'm not sure.
I see.
Yeah, I would say even those guys who play higher, they played G3 before and went to farming. Yeah, they spent this good rune, their good runes on the Centurion, Fire Centaur, and they outspeed everything and one-shot one.
Yeah.
That's the reason they nerfed it probably.
I
But
see.
what I don't get is like a lot of people are asking, does this mess up your dungeon teams? And I thought about it. If you use the team for the Bilger in SF, it probably does because your Centaur Knight has to kill the waves, which it probably will not be able to. If you use it in Lumen, which I do, I don't think it is a big issue because these units have like 14k HP. So ignore defense or not, you probably still one-shot them. if you're using the Dragon's team that I recommended to you, Obabo, the one with the Julie, you boost the Julie and then you boost the Agrius 4 times in the final wave, I think that one still works because your Julie is clearing wave regardless of Agrius doing damage or not.
But that might affect the middle.
Yeah,
right?
that's the only thing that I'm not sure about and I thought of earlier. I'm not sure if the middle one is classified as a boss. I think it is.
Yeah. It should be.
It is. It
Yeah.
should be.
If it is
Yeah.
classified as a mid boss, then you're totally fine and that team still worked. So I think it's just mainly for the Bilger SF team that it's really messed up. That one is probably not gonna work.
Right, and other than that, it's just a siege nerf.
Yeah, it's mainly siege nerf, which, in all honesty, we were kind of using it a lot, but was it really that much of a needed nerf? I'm not too sure. How much was it used in global? Like Ismoo, you're in top guild in global, right?
Yeah, we used it before the tournament, Siege tournament, like 1 month before. I used it with my best runes, and I get like 25 to 10 wins. It worked pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
So
on
that's
defense,
why-
you mean?
Yeah, on defense.
Yeah.
Offense, I was too lazy to use that in offense.
Typical Ismoo, typical
but it
Ismoo.
also worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for Europe, no one in the tournament was running it on defense, but offense, it's still very common because it's still a good counter to Morris. Like, doesn't matter how much anti-fire you put on the Morris, if you run the Agrius really strong, you're still murdering all Morrises. But then the thing is, you nerf Morris, and then you also nerf the unit itself completely, which, yeah, I guess they're really forcing towards the 4-star lead of the Ivor. But I'm not sure about that one. What do you guys think about that one? Well, I'm not sure if Obabo and Scribble even care about 4-star siege.
Which one? Which Eivor?
The Ivor
The
Fire
Fire
will
Eivor.
get a 28 lead.
Oh, Fire Eivor. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just build whatever they tell me to build.
Yeah, fair, makes sense.
I mean, I guess it could be fine, right? Because S1 defense break.
Yeah, F1's one defense break, S2 same as Burgild, and S3 is a kind of sustaining-ish skill, right?
Yeah, it could be something.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think she's
Maybe
okay.
it worked.
Yeah. The only thing I would miss on her is the RNG factor, because most of the time, why is a Kicklet good on defense? It can hit anything. Why is a Team of Mars so annoying? It can hit anything. And it's kind of missing that, but I would see the potential in Rex, which is the Tomb Warden, which now has a base speed awakening plus something else, right?
Yeah, got higher chance for the strip defense break, or like the defense break to land after stripping.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would probably be a decent unit right there. But then it's also, that means double fire if you want to pair it with the Ivor. So, but I think people will get creative on those kind of hits right there, or kind of creative on the defense.
Yeah. Maybe some Miyang fire Tomb Warden. And then you have like 2 cleansers.
Yeah, something along
While
that.
Miyang is like damage and stuff.
So
Maybe.
let's go one by one. What would you classify as the balance patch winner on this one? Ismoo, what do you say? Balance patch winner.
The winner, well, I'm honest, I did not read the whole thing, but I really like the Chow buff because they can't nerf the water Gandalf right now because the collab is still running.
Fair.
So we have a decent counter against him. I'm not sure about the Justice Light, if it's good enough, but it sounds pretty decent.
Well, I in all honesty, I did not understand the Justice Light buff fully completely. I read some comments on explaining it, and it did not really. It sounded like a change, but not really a buff, to be honest.
Okay.
How about you, Scribble?
I think they just changed it from heal block to block, like a cleanse block. I'm pretty sure.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Is that?
Yeah, the
I would
cleanse
say
buff
that's
is-
better.
That's for sure better right now in the meta.
Yeah. In the current
So
meta,
many
yeah.
cleansers.
So, Scribble, what would you say? Balance patch winner?
Fire Gojo.
Wait, are you actually planning to use that in RTA?
No, but 15 crit rate awakening is huge. Now
It's
everyone can do more damage.
Uh,
I don't know. Like, there's no winners. If I had to say something, it might be the Nezuko's. I think Water Nezuko might show up more now because she got mentioned in the balance patch, which is kind of the same thing that happened with Josephine. Like a really small change, but people read her name in the balance patch, so they started picking her for no reason at all. I think Water Nezuko could be decent, and I think the Fire Nezuko buff is pretty good, so I might try to use that unit. Because I think 100% pushback with AoE stun is pretty cool right now.
Well, yeah, that could be decent. Wait, is the Nezuko gives herself shields, right?
Yeah, so like
water
it
one, yeah.
makes sense in the current meta with like all the Gandalfs and stuff.
I can
in a
already
very
see it. People
boosterish
going
meta. So
Josephine,
I just
Gandalf,
see
Nezuko.
people, yeah, I can just see people drafting this unit now because they saw her name in the balance patch, and I feel like that's the same thing that happened with Josephine a few balance patches ago, where they made a really small change to her, and then suddenly it was everywhere because it was mentioned in the balance patch.
Yeah,
I
fair.
mean, I've been looking at Water Nezuko before, and I feel like her main issue is that, like, sure, she's like really strong if you attack her and get revenge by her S2. But her S2 is, I believe, like 3 turn CD, and then also her S1 is really trash. Like, you won't do any damage with S1. So she's kind of.
I mean,
there.
it might just not be good. I don't know, but I feel like people will definitely try this unit a lot more now.
Yeah, could be the case.
But yeah, I think Fire Nezuko could be very cool right now. Although, again, it's just into like Josephine and Gandalf, you're kind of going to struggle with it. But
Yep. At least you don't have a Shingza issue that much on the fire unit.
I don't know. Anytime I use Oki, I get revenge stun anyway. So
yeah, that's kind of true as well. That's kind of true as well.
I remember my monkey perma stunning Carnal in Swell against Obabo.
True. Yeah, that monkey had some Elemental King right there.
The question is Fire Nezuko better than Okeanos? I feel like not.
No,
Potentially,
probably
yeah.
not. But like, it could be. It's
Mm,
got
I mean,
a decent
CC-wise,
skill
it's way
too,
stronger than
so
Oki.
it might definitely be
Yeah.
better.
But
But
Oki has
also
the
think
multi damage, right?
I also think AoE pushback has a lot of value right now in the current
True.
meta.
The thing
But
is,
yes, yeah.
you're playing against Gandalf, right? So I don't know if it's good enough.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's good enough. I just think it could be good.
Yeah, it's
We'll
like
have to see how it
the
goes.
Jongnam, right? Jongnam is also stunning and pushbacking.
Yeah, but I don't think
So-
Jongnam is 100% pushback. 100% is a lot, you know.
He got the nerfed, yeah, before he was, but I think he got a nerf. That's why he's not.
No, he
played
had
enough.
lower pushback before. They buffed his pushback because it was
Yeah.
absorbed before. Like, it's bigger than it was when he was meta right now.
Okay, yeah.
Is how it is. It's just that he like cycled, and Fire Nezuko can cycle a little bit with the rest too. So it's like kind of similar to old Jongnam in that way.
Wait, did they? Does she still have her buff block as well, or did they take that away?
I think they only took away the extra damage.
Yeah, I think they took away the
That's
damage,
right,
so
so, I
buff block
mean-
is still there.
Buff block should be like not terrible right now, especially with AoE
Yeah.
stun, and like it might be a decent unit.
Well, buff block is actually really strong because the moment that Gandalf doesn't land shields, his whole passive doesn't work.
Right. The only problem is that you're going to be fighting Josephines and Gandalfs, and she's never going to land on those. But against other stuff, it should be decent.
I mean, I think it's great still because even against Josephine, like you're landing buff block on the other things, and Josephine.
Right, and then
cancels
she
anyways.
doesn't apply shields. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what
And then you
S2
also
did she have?
No, it's the S2 which like puts silence and then cycles.
Yeah. Not
good.
too bad, not too bad.
She's an option.
She has crit rate awakening though, which is a little
Yeah.
bit
Ah,
annoying.
Yeah. No accuracy. Accuracy awakening. This unit would be very good.
yeah, exactly. You definitely don't need crit awakening on this at all, no.
But I feel like that's every fire AoE unit for some reason. Like Okeanos, Theodora,
Yeah.
Fire Nezuko,
It's all the win ones that get accuracy awakening.
Yeah.
and then like Carnal, which you could kind of actually go on crit damage, is accuracy and not
Yep.
crit rate.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Irration and Solvark. They have Irration has crit awakening, Solvark has Ac awakening, where I would say is like, I feel more that Solvark is a damage dealer than Irration is a damage dealer.
Yeah, probably. But I still kind of prefer accuracy on both of them, to be honest, over crit rate
Yeah.
for both Dragon
Yeah,
Warriors.
for sure.
Someone is asking on the YouTube side of the chat that the Orphinia is buffed by her passive working properly right now. which I just had to look up because I did not even know. Apparently, her passive was working from current HP rather than max HP. But does it really change something?
The unit still just sucks. So
I need to read the passive again to see if it changes much.
Yeah, it's the passive where you have some
decreases the
damage reduction.
your allies take.
Yeah, it's the one where you have damage reduction for your whole team. I think she's only good for the S2 to counter like a Dark Demon or something.
Yeah, Nana's Dark Demons.
Yeah.
Thing is, does she lose HP when she like shares her HP
Yeah.
with other units? Okay. I mean, it's probably still a buff, but it's not like that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't think so neither.
Because that makes it so like she's gonna. I mean, I guess she's capped at 30%. So if she's below 30%, she won't share her HP. So
Yep.
maybe it's a good fix. But I don't think it's gonna be that significant.
Yeah, I don't think so neither. Obabo, we didn't hear your balance patch winner just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mainly looking at like balance patch losers, a lot of them. But if I had to pick a winner, I guess it's probably Jackson, Chow, or Fire Cookie, I guess.
Wait, what was the Fire Cookie one?
Because I think those,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, funnily enough, like those are the only buffs that weren't like secret nerfs as well. Like they were actually just straight up buffs.
Yeah,
those
true.
units. But I think Fire Nezuko could be a thing though, for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had to pick one of those, maybe Jackson. Because like now you could go for like a greedier Jackson build that's like full damage. And then if they like strip push you back, you will still move in front of everything and strip. Even if you're like slower. Kind of like with how Pater works with like the crit damage Pater builds.
Yeah.
Like he will still cut in and cleanse.
Yeah, I actually played on
I
this
guess
one
that-
account at some point that had a Dark Zenitsu plus Jackson, which of course really elevates the Dark Zenitsu. But then Jackson was on Rage, and it actually did do some damage, but it was still kind of low.
Yeah, because I think that's how I would consider building Jackson like that, like kind of like a Ragdoll. Because
Yeah.
honestly, like I looked at his multipliers, and they're not that much worse than Ragdoll. They're like a bit worse, but he has like utility compared to Ragdoll.
How
Push
is,
back and strip.
I'm curious, how are his base stats compared to a Ragdoll? Ooh, his attack base is really low. 681. That's definitely on the low side.
Yeah. But I think that's fine, right? Because you just go HP main and then you go like double flat attack RDs in that case, probably.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Ragdoll's not even much higher. Ragdoll is 714.
They're actually pretty similar on their
Yeah.
base stats.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I think that Jackson might actually be a winner, which is once again one of those passive annoying units we're gonna complain about.
I should have kept it. It is what it is.
Did anyone make the clip of like, of course I'm never gonna regret my Sienna choice?
It is what it is.
You were so
Sienna's gonna get
confident on
buffed
that clip,
next
man.
patch,
Like,
and
of course I'm never gonna regret this.
I'm gonna be up good. I'm gonna be up good.
Oh man.
No, we won't
be-
get above.
She's gonna be better than Dark Gandalf.
Don't think so.
Well, being better than Dark Gandalf is definitely not that.
I mean, Dark Aragorn. I'm sorry, Dark Gandalf sucks, but
So, for me to finish this round, I think that the Lagmaron, but that's mainly because I'm a Nyx owner. Like 2-turn seal from a Nyx Lagmaron combo might be a something. If it's really good, I don't know. At least with Lagmaron compared to the brothers of him, you can throw an easy Fio, set it in, and still outspeed like everything, which is kind of nice.
yeah, but you're kind of gonna want an accuracy slot 6, or
Yep.
put like a really crazy set on him, or just settle for lower accuracy, which is kind of awkward. Because I feel like the unit's really bad if you don't put him on crit damage. Whereas like a unit like Sean provides so much more value for your team without being on crit damage anyways. I feel like
True.
with Lagmaron you need crit damage, and then you're gonna run into an issue where you're having to choose between like almost no stats and high accuracy, or good stats and medium accuracy, which is gonna tilt the fuck out of you.
Or
I
you
would
just
just
have
settle for,
Ismoo
like-
runes and you fix everything.
Yeah, maybe.
The question
mean-
is, do you really need max accuracy?
Well, I
Not-
mean,
not
that's the
really.
thing. Like, do you really
Oh.
need it? Probably not. But like at the same time, it's gonna tilt the shit out of you when you run like 50 accuracy and you're gonna end up missing on like a bunch of units because they're
I
built
will
on high
go.
res.
I will go somewhere like between 5 to 20 accuracy on Lagron, I think, if I'm gonna use them.
I
Well,
would
the thing
go
is, like, if
30
you
to
use it
40
for
and
the
then
seal that's added, you need some accuracy, right? But it's also the big question, like, what are you fighting? Like, if you're fighting a bunch of Gandalfs on 100 rest targets and Shizukas, then yeah, you need the Ek, but if you're just fighting a bunch of random stuff that doesn't have resistance, it's fine.
The thing is, like, I mean, I'm thinking because if I'm fighting like Gandalf Chizuka, I would probably most likely, like, if I'm on a low AC build, like, then you can probably just play for like either cleaving them or just like squalling.
Well, yeah,
a
you
single
play
unit.
for Squall anyways against
Yeah.
those units. I feel like, but
Because that's like a big thing. Because his skill 3 hits insanely hard. By the way, it's probably like higher than Wind Legolas. It's just that it doesn't have the self buff.
I just don't really see like what value like Maron brings over picking like, for example, a Chongpong if you're gonna play for his skill 3.
I-
There's
I-
it's a
almost
shadow. I would say it's a
Hmm?
shadow nerf against Josephine. Oh no. It wasn't. No. I thought it was anti-cleanse.
Well, the thing with Lagmaron is he's the only Chimera that has speed scaling on his S3, which actually makes sense to go for an S2 into S3 into S2 rotation.
Yeah.
right, but he's just gonna end up being like a damage dealer at this point, like a
Yeah.
single target nuker, which is not bad.
But
But I'm like, I don't see how I will ever draft him over Sean. Maybe I'll draft them together, but
Probably because of
I
the base
always,
speed.
well,
right?
sure, like the base speed makes him a lot easier to rune, but I feel like Sean's skill set, for example, is just still a lot stronger than like Maroon right now.
I think
I
the thing
don't
with
see.
yeah,
Hmm?
because I would say like the reason how I view like Sean Lagmaron is probably that Sean is more of a CC unit. Like Lagmaron, I would
Yeah,
probably
Lagmaron
play
is
for
just
the
a damage
snipes,
dealer,
but then you
right?
have like you can still pivot into like a CC with him. Because if they're
Yeah.
going like if they're gonna like try to contest you, like one skill 3 from Lagmaron is still gonna like win the game pretty much. Even though
Right.
it's not
So
like as
like you're
strong as a
looking at
Chongpong.
it like it's a lot easier with like
And then
Maroon to
if-
like speed
yeah.
contest, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And then if they go like Bruiser stuff, then you can still just go for like a defense break squall setup, which you can't really do with Chompong as easily. Then you're kind of locked into always AoE CC.
Right. So like you're basically thinking of him more as like a dark monkey, but then also has like a big snipe.
Kinda, yeah, but maybe even more like maybe not like versatile in how often you can pick him, but like more versatile in his roles than Dark Monkey even.
Right.
Because I
fair.
still kind of see Dark Monkey as mainly just an AoE CC unit.
Yeah, Dark Monkey is mainly just CC, but like it's a lot easier to contest with Monkey than it is with Sean, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Lagmaron is like the same like level of easiness to contest as with Monkey almost, but then also has like the big skill to nuke. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. And there's some
Right,
things
okay.
like even though he's wind, like obviously his Squall can still deal with like Douglas and other fire units a bit easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
there's
the
some
nice
stuff
part
like that.
about Squall. You're still gonna do a fuckload of damage for no reason.
Plus the thing, if you want a proper Sean, you need like a 190 Sean. If you want an okay Lagmaron, like 170, and you're already good, which helps out a lot for having some leftover set. Because building another unit on 190 is difficult, but building another unit on 170 for our rune quality is like, yeah, that's easy.
Not with my roots.
But it might also be something that you just mentioned for the Nezuko, that people just start picking it because it was on the balance patch, and they just start using it for the Squall rather than the skill 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that might be a thing
Yeah.
where like the buff is. I would still say it's a buff overall.
Yep.
For like because some of these buffs are kind of nerfs, but I would still say it's a buff for Lagmaron.
Yeah,
So
because
we'll
they didn't
see.
actually take anything away from him.
They did.
No, they did.
The attack break is gone.
Wait, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, they
attack
removed
break
the
is
attack
gone.
break?
Yeah.
Why?
But
don't
the
know, but
attack break
they
was
did.
also the most random debuff on that skill 3 in the first place, while Seal's the same thing, but yeah.
Okay, but that's one thing that I want to like know though, because like the units they buff that have the highest pick rate, they just give straight up buffs, and then all the like bad units that don't really have a pick rate, they like took away stuff when they buffed
Yeah.
them. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of for like okay, sure they want to make it balanced, so they remove something, but it's weird if they do it for those units, and then like the actual pickable units, they just straight up buff. I don't really see the logic behind that.
Like talking about what do you think about the Salah change? I think we can't even call it a buff or a
Oh,
nerf
yeah.
yet.
I would say that it's a nerf, personally.
Wait, can he death break himself? No, right?
Death break himself, Salah.
Yeah. Does he have a death break?
What do you mean? No.
No, he doesn't. He
No,
doesn't.
no, he
Okay.
doesn't.
Because
No,
otherwise you
no.
had strip, death break,
Oh, yeah.
brand, which could be a nice setup, but no, then it's kind of ass.
I would say it's like worse because I feel like you kind of played for turn advantage if you ever wanted to play Salah,
Yeah.
and now you get less turn advantage because you kind of just want to like start cycling in to get stuns out and then be
I
annoying.
think Salah is another one of those units where it could be very cool if you gave him like anti-cleanse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anti-cleanse is such a good debuff right now.
Totally.
So like anything that gets like a strip with anti-cleanse and then also a stun on that could be such a fun unit.
Yep.
It could be, but at the same time, I mean, sure, I think that would be a lot better than what they did right now. But at the same time, I can't really see myself playing it with like it being a random attack.
Yeah, that's the
and then,
problem. Like
okay,
it's
4
random.
red
Like
checks.
you have no control over what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that would be way better than. I don't know why he gets a brand because he's not really.
Yeah, he's
I don't
not
know,
that much of a
but-
setup unit now.
Yeah, but there was a lot of units that got branding for some reason in this patch.
I want to try him out though. I feel like he is weirdly playable against Gandalf, but I'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you have too
Well-
much Josephine issues. That's the main thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Josephine is my biggest nightmare, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like it's worth trying it out with Bergild. It might be fun in a bruiser fight, but yeah, I'm probably
I could see
gonna
it, but
lose
then
my
I do
mind.
think, like especially versus Gandalfs, I do think it was way better with the ATB push rather.
Yeah,
than
it was way
branding.
better with the ATB push. I
So
just-
that's the
like
thing.
again, like I saw the unit mentioned the balance patch, and now I got reminded that hey, I have this unit. I should try it in the current. That's kind of like, I feel like balance patches do that a lot, where people just see a unit combine, they're like, oh wait, this unit isn't terrible right now. It might be playable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I saw my Liliana in the balance patch, the Dark Devil made. I'm like, more damage? Yeah, okay, that's not doing anything. Like, I'm like,
I think
what
Liliana
for?
is like a top 5 coolest unit in the game.
I think she's really cool. I also really like the skin that she has, where she has like this dude throwing javelins
Oh,
and
that
stuff.
skin is so cool.
But the big issue is, if you read her skill 1 in the Hell Lord whatever form, if you have a attack break or a death break already, you start landing stuns. But you cannot land death break or attack break anymore. So if you get an attack break,
Oh.
you cannot land the death break. Because it changes to
really?
the stun.
Oh, that's weird.
That's one of those mechanics that you only know if you actually have her and you tried her out. But it's so weird. It's like, what for? Like, if something else attack breaks for you, you cannot death break anymore. Like, what for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
but
like
because,
that's weird.
because honestly, I don't think that buff for her is that bad, but it doesn't like address her issues, I guess. But I feel like that's a huge buff. Like, even though it's not going to amount to much, but like changing 50% increased CD into 50% increased damage is like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like a 40% damage buff, you know?
I will definitely make a
huge.
video on her putting like a 300 rage set on her and just smacking something to
Yeah,
death
yeah.
real bad. Like that's absolutely gonna happen. But yeah, for me, the only buff I could see for her is starting in her Lord of Hell state.
Yeah.
Because then she
That
cannot
could
be sniped out
Interesting,
turn
for
1.
sure.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe too strong even.
Yeah, maybe it would be kind of annoying, but I kind of would like that as a change. Like, it gives you a little bit more options. But yeah, she's also one of those. I'll probably just use it because buffed for a little bit, and then she goes straight
Yeah.
back to storage.
Would that turn it into like a really good siege unit if you like let it start in?
Yep. Siege
In
defense,
the-
definitely.
Right,
Because you
yeah,
cannot
right?
snipe it out.
Exactly.
And increase
Sylvia
the.
with Liliana.
You
Yep.
have to increase
cool.
the passive. Only 5 turns is way too less.
Yeah, that's actually a thing for Siege. She is already kind of annoying because you lower her down to 3 turns on her skill 3. So if she goes back to her normal form, procs 2 or 3 times, she's back in her demon form again.
That's pretty juicy.
Yep. Well, also talking about buffs and nerfs, like sure, Gandalf, they were never gonna nerf because it's too recent of a release. But how bad do you guys feel it that we don't have a Win Nobara nerf and no Josephine nerf?
I don't know. I
I've-
feel like a win. Yeah, Win Obara should get nerfed because I think it like. I mean, I've said this example like many times on my own stream as well. Like where if I play Jaeger and they pick a Win Nobara and I get my Jaeger revenges and it puts like a 2-turn dot, I take 50% damage on my entire team off of that.
Yeah, it's just too much.
I think that's ridiculous. I don't
And
know, like 'cause, like she's supposed to counter debuffers, right? And like all those CC heavy teams, but she ends up countering like stuff that I feel like she isn't very much supposed to counter. It's just so hard to balance that.
Well, I think our balancing is actually very easy. Is just make that 25% damage to 20.
I agree on that.
So still in 5 turns, you would kill your whole team, yes. But at least make it 5, not 4. Because what you see right now is 1 proc and 1 extra turn. Make it 75. And then the other 25 is already done by the other unit. So you only need 3 turns effectively for Nobara to kill your whole team.
Right.
Yeah, I think maybe they could do that, but I think also like a big thing why you're like feeling like Josephine and Aya are so much stronger now, even though they didn't really change, is because people don't really play around Oliver as like a first pick.
True.
Because Oliver kind of destroys those really easily. So it's a little bit because of the meta. But they're also really strong, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually
So
see...
I've been playing a good amount of Oliver, and then here I go again. The problem I run into is Fire Megumi again. Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to draft around everything that's like annoying. Like it's impossible at this point because there's too much of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Oliver
definitely with
is really good
Megumi,
into, like, the
Shinze.
Josephine Gandalf stuff, but you end up getting Megumi very easily.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like-
would say like that's an issue, but I don't think that's a Josephine or Aya specific issue. So it's like
No.
hard to solve it because like that's why I was hoping to see a bit more interesting buffs in this patch, so you can actually like have new ways to deal with the Gandalfs and some passive units. Like for example,
I
I
would
think
also go ahead.
yeah, like I think units like water cookie, like Adriana, could be like actually really good in RTA. And like that's why we see Eretion as well. But like that's the issue. Like if they make a really good proactive unit, people just first pick that unit, and then since it's like so good proactively, they can just like pivot to the other picks. Like that's what we're seeing
Right.
with Eretion almost every game now.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how they would do that.
I mean, Elena is a good example, right? For like units that deal with the Josephine Gandalf stuff pretty
Yeah.
well. I would like to see more units like that. I also still think adding 1 extra turn cooldown on Josephine's skill tree wouldn't be a huge deal.
Yeah.
Although it does take away so much value from the unit, so it might actually end up killing her.
Well-
It's just I would have to see.
I have seen some Josephine fights where the enemy ended up with 0 stuns because the stun unit was banned out in the end. And Josephine was still a menace and annoying. So even without her passive, she was still good. So I can still, like, she's what, 52-ish win rate right now? I would see that probably drop to like 50. But she would not
She's
go
still really good. I just feel like
below.
right now, to me, the Josephine's biggest value is when she gets that turn 1 proc. So like
Yep.
the next stun you land, she has the passive up again, and like I think that's where I lose to Josephine the most. I feel like I lose so much less to Josephine if she just doesn't proc turn 1. I
True.
think that's
Okay.
like the biggest Josephine determiner.
How would this like Josephine change sound then? Like if you add 1 turn to the passive, but then like
I
the
think
S2 is kind of like Oki's, where like it can apply both
Mhm.
things on both hits. So it's like way more consistent to actually like cut in and CC the unit. Because right now
I
it's
think
like
that'd be
worse than
fine because I
Stickman.
feel like that's her point, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I think changes like that would actually make sense for some units.
Yeah, I
I
would
feel
like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a
good then.
good change.
If you add 1 CD on her passive, then she's for sure dead. I guarantee you that.
I don't think she would be dead though if she's like almost guaranteed to like let's say you're playing some like Hey Gang. Okay, maybe not Hey Gang because Hey Gang will just destroy your S2 anyways. But like if you can actually rely like really consistently on her cutting in and CCing the follow-up unit. Like right now it's kinda I mean it's I would say it's like somewhat consistent, but it's like a segment, right? Oki, you're pretty confident in landing your S2.
Plus, it
You would
also
stick
makes
to-
it more consistent against wrong element. So let's say that you're fighting some kind of wind unit, like let's say a Gani Hathor and a Gianna moves in front. Like you're not really that okay to send an S2 on a Gani or a Hathor, but if you double hit it, you can land it.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're like favored by a pretty good shot to actually land on a wind unit with S2.
Yeah.
Plus, like in the end, I don't care if we kill Josephine. Please do.
I also don't care.
Yeah.
I'm probably the biggest Josephine hater in the game.
Yeah, well, if you are a Gianna owner, you gotta hate Josephine. Like it's a 100% thing, man. It's a must.
But I feel like even if she procs first early, right? Why does she revenge when she procs her passive? Just remove the revenge. I feel like in mid game, like you the game is already how do I say it? Already like 10 turns are gone. You have no will, and then you stun, and then you get the revenge stun. That's BS. Just remove the revenge stun when her passive procs. I feel like the impact will go down for sure.
Ah, yeah. So
Let her get a turn. Let
Yeah.
her get a turn, but don't revenge.
yeah, fair. I could see that as well.
It's way too much.
Does Gandalf need a nerf, or do we just need to learn to play around it better?
I would say +1 CD on the S2 for Gandalf.
For sure.
Like
Should be
the
nice.
attack, you could
Too many
argue for
combos.
lowering his attack bar gain. I think the attack bar gain is kind of okay-ish. I'm just really against him having the reflect every other turn, which is just insane.
I would say the ATB gain is better to touch probably, because that way you don't like nerf all the other Gandalfs that aren't that good, and you're kind of
True.
like making it almost like a -1 turn CD on the S2 anyways, if you nerf the bar, because you're not gonna like get an instant turn always when you AOE. So I'm a little bit
Yeah,
split,
I think
but I also think
touching ATB gain would be good.
I think the main issue with Gandalf is like I don't think he's that broken. It's just that he's like really punishing to play into and like pretty volatile with the RNG. Like I don't think he's actually. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna like bait a lot of people that I'm saying that it's not that strong. But it's also because he's like if you make one mistake into Gandalf, you're probably losing instantly.
He's also very
He's very punishing.
Josephine enhanced right now. I think
Yeah, I
Josephine
would
hard
say
carries him.
yeah, for sure.
Plus, I think like if you do increase his cooldown by 1, maybe increase the shield buff by 1 turn as well, but keep the reflect at 2 turns, for example.
Yeah.
So that like he does run out of reflect, but he does like technically always have the shield, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I think what pisses me off the most about that unit is the freaking reflect debuff or buff. I mean,
Yep.
so like the shield is harder to break, plus you don't kill anything anymore.
Yeah, just
And
killing
then
your
you
whole
kill
team.
yourself if you do any AOE. Like it's so annoying.
But that's why I have the Salah brand now.
True,
You don't need
the juicer.
Yeah, definitely a lot of buffs and nerfs they could make. Apparently they didn't. It's I also really wonder how their meetings are of how they could get to the list of what units are buffed and nerfed. Because, you know, honestly, I have no clue. Like, how big is the team that's sitting over there doing something? What kind of talks do they have? What kind of things do they look at? I would really like to see the thought process behind that.
I feel like it's a really small team.
Random dartboard, yeah. Like, that's how it feels, right? It's like, random dartboard, Lagmaron. It's like, why?
I don't even know at all, because like usually you could say that, but like them nerfing Erection is obviously like they're looking at something when they're doing it. But that's why I can't explain a lot of these changes, because a lot of them don't make sense if they're actually looking at stats. Like, why would you straight up buff Chow? That's like
Yeah, Chow was
pick
fine.
rate and stuff like that, and then you're just gonna like like side grade at best, like units like Samath
Well, I
or
mean,
Salah that are like 0% pick rate. Okay, I mean
the way I look at it is like the nerfs always feel very targeted towards like what the meta is in both RTA and Siege. The buffs always feel super random.
True.
I would
Which,
say it's
like-
mostly the pick rate, like low pick rate units gets buffed. Not only in RTA, also in like dungeon teams or siege. And yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, but like
What
at the same, like they did buff Chow this time, right? And that just feels so random. Like I
Yeah,
get it, like it's probably to deal with Gandalf in the end.
But
Yeah,
they're
since they
upping a
can't
number
touch
we don't
Gandalf.
even know the base number of, which is also just one of those things. I read that thing, I'm like, you upped it by 15%. Thank you. How much was it before?
Yeah,
It's just one of those things, man. I don't know. But it's also on the current HP of Jaeger, or the current HP of Chow. So that made me think, does it make it the current HP by a percentage number? Or the current HP by the value of HP number?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's gonna be a big difference if it's a flat increase or if it's just a percentage increase.
So we don't even know that value because we always assumed, okay, more HP we have, the more damage we do on Chow, technically. But what if it's just how much current HP you have is the more damage you do on Chow?
Right. What if it's just like, oh, I have 60% HP instead of, oh, I have fucking like 30k HP?
Yeah, like that's
a huge difference.
Yeah.
I feel like people would have tested that, no? Because otherwise you would like notice.
I think it is like your HP value, so like the 40k HP or 30k HP you have. But yeah, some of those things just read really annoying. I also had this interaction before with Hanselot. He was asking me, he's like, yo, is Leona being bugged for the S2? Because the S2 reads the same exactly as a Okeanos S2. But it's completely not.
Exactly.
Which
I think they were talking about that. I heard some other people talking about that as well. With the S2 from Josephine, like it should work like Okeanos, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it works really weird. And then I saw some testing from I think it was Nemi and Ammo Days earlier today, which was even weirder. They showed me a clip of using a Josephine S2 on a vert that had 3 will runes. It stripped the first 2, so it went down to 1 will rune, and then it stripped the rest. And it was provoked.
Yeah, I saw that. That was super weird.
I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Because also the fact is her skill 1, or like the first hit can only strip, and her second hit can only provoke.
Yeah.
But I have no clue about that, man. That makes it's so weird. They solved that. It was actually just a perfect overlay of Josephine's will buff on that skin.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then it just looked weird. Okay, then we're just finding ghosts right there. But yeah, the fact is that it's supposed to be first hit strip, second hit provokes, which
the way I read it when I read this skill now is both hits strip.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like not even a hit, just it just provokes. That's how I read it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it reads super ambiguous. Like it could be any kind of shape or way.
But I feel like that's a lot of skills in this game where it just reads weird because of translation issues, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing in the patch as well. Like they're saying that about the fire Ezio. Like it didn't even say that it was a 2-turn defense break.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it didn't say that it was a 2-turn.
Yeah, it just sent defense break, but not how many turns. Yeah, that's kind of weird too. But apparently, I'm not sure how the Korean translation is because, of course, I don't speak Korean. But I heard that the French and the German translation of Leona and Josephine S2 was as messed up as it is for English.
Okay.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So at least they're consistent on being bad.
I mean, I wonder how it reads in like Korean, for example.
Yeah.
I would assume in Korean skill descriptions are like quote unquote perfect.
You would say so,
but
yeah.
What if they just like what if they're just dumb and they don't know how to describe skills properly?
Well, that's also the big question because I do know for a bunch of gaming companies like how it works with like languages and stuff. And these language translations are not made by people that actually are actively known in the game, and they don't know that much about the game specific. So they kind of try to translate as much one-to-one as possible, but they don't really know game mechanics.
Yeah, exactly. So then they might like translate it in a way that like looks better.
Yeah.
Like for the language instead of like what works, I guess.
And then very good odds that all of the languages translate from English after Korean, so Korean to English and then English to the rest.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Nemi actually knows Korean. Wait, Glory, can you, or Glory or Ammo, you were talking to Nemi about the Josephine S2. Can you ask him the Korean S, like how it reads over there? Not sure if he's that fluent in Korean that he can read it. That would be an interesting one. Because that's also, like, I know some Chinese, but the moment we're talking attack, strength, defense, you don't learn that in different languages, man. That's not a vocabulary you start to learn in school.
I also feel like I still want to see more awakening changes.
True.
I get that they're spacing them out over balance patches, but like we're all just waiting and like base stat changes and stuff. Because like
Yep.
obviously, like I'm biased, but Chimera's 95 base, for example, it's still ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I agree. What would you say is the most overdue for awakening change?
The cookie family. The
What's
pure
their
vanilla
awakening?
cookie. The some is no yeah, it's resist. It's in stats. So the dark one is in resistance. I think the wind one is also resistance.
Yeah, I think they're all
I feel
resistance.
like, I mean, the speed awake. They should increase the speed. It's 96 base speed. They should.
Yeah,
add
that's
it
true.
Right,
to,
base speed difference.
like 99, maybe 99.
Yeah.
Max 100.
But
That's more than enough, I would say.
But Adriana would become really strong on the 99 though.
Can we get a
Yeah.
can we get a
No-
Salah accuracy awakening, please?
How would you guys feel about this one? What if you
No,
have
we can't.
units and you can choose your awakening yourself? But if speed wasn't in there before, you cannot choose speed.
I mean, I like that, but that feels
But if-
very out of reach.
that-
but I do like that.
That's
Yeah.
way too random. That's way you play against someone, okay? Wait, why is that unit faster than before?
Yeah,
You
no,
never
like
know, right?
excluding the speed, but just the
Yeah, excluding
crit
speed.
rate, resistance, and accuracy. If it's one of those three, you can choose it.
I think that'd be cool. I feel like, I mean,
Way
I
too
don't
random.
really see the problem with it, to be honest.
I
that
think
could
it can
work.
also help you. Like, let's say you have a really good resistance rune, so you don't need an accuracy on a unit that has 100 accuracy, 100 resistance, for example. So you can kind of choose that out as well. Crit damage awakening, I kind of like that to add that to the flavors. Yes.
Yeah, that would be nice for Dark Yuji.
Yeah. Yeah, like Zyral, same thing. Zyral's, or does it have Ack Awakening? No, it also has Crit Awakening. But the
Yeah.
Fire Yuji is even more stupid. Fire Yuji has guaranteed crit on skill 2 and 3, but still Crit Awaken it.
Yeah, they will touch it maybe in 2 years.
Well, the one that I always mention, Light Ezio, also still Res Awakening. Absolutely no reason. Same thing for Lucifer, Res Awakening. No reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of these units where it's like they have a useless awakening and like so much value could be added with the right awakening.
Yep, definitely.
Also, I wanted to like ask something. Is this patch also like a lot smaller than usual, or is it?
Yeah, it is,
like, the
for
same
sure.
length? Okay, yeah, because I felt like it was very small when I looked at it, and then also a lot of the changes were kind of.
Yeah, but you gotta keep
Strange.
in mind they had 2 weeks less to work on this one, you know?
Oh
Because of the
no!
last one being delayed.
But did you see the fan made balance change thing that we saw on Reddit? That thing looked like 10 times better, and it was made in half a day.
I didn't see it. Was it just like community made their own balance patch kind of thing?
Yeah, it was community made their own balance patch. Wait, let me actually pull that up and let's see how good it was. It had some things that is like, okay, maybe a bit biased. Shouldn't had like a guaranteed strip and that kind of stuff. So guess what unit he has.
Right, but like those are always going to be better in the public eye because that's exactly what people have been complaining about for years, right? So
Yep.
It's more RTA related, right?
like
yeah.
I could write an entire balance patch right now and make like fucking 90% of the chat happy for no reason.
I think I maybe saw it.
Well,
I mean, I liked some of the changes, but I still feel like I would rather have this patch, even though it's like probably the patch that I've liked the least ever, probably. Because I mean, obviously, when you're like doing your own balance patch, it's hard to.
it's hard
make
to
it
be
balanced.
non-biased, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it had some fun things. For example, well, they removed the strip from the Xingzi. People happy. Gandalf nerf for could only get bar once per turn, but then make it 25. So rather than AoE bar, make it 1 bar. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's
Josephine +1 cooldown. Aya less damage. Those kind of things. No
Yeah, this
attack
is
bar
all just
gain for
let's
Nyx.
nerf all the annoying passive units that we all hate
Yeah.
to fight
Yeah.
against.
Yeah,
And then
pretty,
there was
Mr.
also
Bigamy.
I saw this as well. Like they gave Valantis cleanse block on the skill 3. Like I
Wait,
don't know,
do it!
like you know, it's yeah, it's difficult.
yeah, it's definitely. Well, they also increased your chimeras for speed, but by 3.
Oh, yeah, true.
Wait, I like this balance patch. I need it.
This guy's cooking. Wait, they also gave Ivor more chance to defense break on the S1 again.
I will say though, like at least in the like fan-made balance patch, they had the same Drakon change. So at least like the impactful change in the patch was actually something that we can take. You know, like a lot of people are down for.
They buffed even Bella, also the Dark Cannon girl.
Yeah.
That skill 4 awakens into skill 1. So
No.
every time the burst cannon is S1.
Oh, damn.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Did that?
I think you're looking at a different
Awakening
one.
effect
Maybe
change.
there's like a new one
No, it's the
posted.
same. It's the same,
Oh, really?
maybe.
No, like the one that the Dark Cannon girl buff here is only the awakening change, and they go for accuracy on the like
No,
25 accuracy.
Burst cannon is now a baseline skill.
Yeah, I think they just
No.
put in the skill 4 always. So rather than
Yeah,
awakening,
it's just, so
getting
it's,
it.
It doesn't awaken into having it.
Yeah, I think that's the same.
Ah.
Oh, that would have
Okay,
been fun
okay.
though. Like imagine
Oh.
skill 4 no cooldown and you just go on defense breaks. permanently.
But wait, then you also do the passive gives you another skill 1.
Yeah,
So therefore
Exactly.
another skill 4.
and you gain bar based on the damage, so you just go infinite.
Yeah,
Is
that would be something.
is Valantis anti-cleanse on skill 3 like actually a terrible idea? It is, right?
I think it's very OP.
That would
Yeah,
be,
yeah,
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 you mess up
probably.
every hay gang and everything out there,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like fuck hey gang is what I'm saying.
I think you're just messing up everything almost. Like, wouldn't you run it into every single game always if you have that? Because
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
good into turn 1 because you have the random
It's
revenge.
good, yeah, it's good
chance too.
anywhere.
Yeah. Like I would like it more if maybe they added that to like the S2, like some like 40% chance to add buff lock on the S2s of like Belenus, Valantis double hit. So you have
Yep.
like
that
you land it
that
on 2 or
wouldn't be
3
bad.
units.
That wouldn't be bad.
I feel like adding it to the skill 3 though is very tough.
No,
Yeah.
of
that would
course,
be very
but like
insane.
the thing is like Valantis is, I mean, he's still draftable as like a late pick right now. You're just never going to be able to use him as like a core with Hey Gang existing, right? That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't he at like 41 win rate and like 0.01% pick rate or something stupid? He was super low from what I've seen.
Yeah, he's terrible right now. But I mean, that's just the current meta. Like he doesn't work into anything that's meta right now. I've had some games where I was playing where I was like, damn, if I had a random Valantis runed up right now as a last pick, he would be insane.
True.
But that's just like such a rare occasion.
Yeah, it's also one of those units that's just hard to ruin because you want the Despair set on him, otherwise he does nothing for sure. But Despair faster than all of your units, when you never draft it, is so hard to give.
Yeah, especially right now.
Yeah, there's so many more Despair units right now than it was back in this. Was Valantis actually ever nerfed, or was it just like
He was
walking
nerfed,
out of
yeah.
meta?
They changed it from 50 to 40 on the
Ah,
revenge.
okay. Yeah. Not that much, but I think that's also what happens to a lot of units. We've seen it with Phantom, we've seen it with the Light Gojo, and kind of also with the Valantis. They nerf a unit, but also really change the meta, that the meta change is bigger than the nerf itself, but the nerf was not needed anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the Dark Panda as well.
Yeah.
Jogan meta attack buff. No, they buffed Jogan and nerfed the Panda as well. So the
Yeah.
Dark Panda was almost dead.
Yeah, it kind of ends up being like a double nerf for that specific
Yeah.
unit.
It was the same thing with Lima. Lima was nerfed when the Praha and Juno were buffed, and those were the two biggest counters on Lima because of, oh, you have 3 buffs, now you have full TOA on your ass.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like Sarah too. Like even a lot of the people who were like crying for a Sarah to nerf, they weren't even like asking for a nerf that was as big as he got. Because like everyone just always wanted him to like not heal when he was stunned.
Yeah.
But now they're like half his healing almost.
Yeah,
when
the
he's
S2
stunned
not
as
healing
well.
you is big, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Like, a lot of these nerfs come one season too late. Like, the same thing with the Nefis nerf. Nefis was nerfed the season she wasn't even good anymore. It's like, wait,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
exactly.
she was really good in the Nikki, Neftis, Tian Lang meta, but that was already kind of over. And then she got nerfed after. I'm like, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
what? Are you still
Yeah,
using
but
Internet
Neftis is
Explorer?
back to
What's going
being
on?
good again now, so we're chilling.
Sorry?
Neftis is good again now, so we're chilling. Like,
I
please
think
don't
she's
say Neftis
okay-ish.
don't say Neftis is bad while Glory is here, please.
Well, I just do it to rage bait Glorious. Neftis is the worst unit in game.
I would never say that she's bad.
I think she's just worth, like, unless you spam it like Glorious, she's just worth a good Swift set that's in tune. But outside of that, she's not really worth like crazy runes.
I would give her a good Vio set, but that's also because I'm an AoE enjoyer.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, I have Elena, and Glory said it earlier today. He's Elena carried this season, so
I actually had people giving me shit for putting Elena too high on the tier list.
Where did you put her?
I put her like 85. Maybe she's more of like an 80-ish because not that many people use her. But I really saw the value of her stripping and not touching the enemy, while you could also Oblivion like a Nobara or something crazy.
I think 85 is pretty valid, actually. Because
I mean,
I don't think you can spam Elena as much as some people think, like Glory, but she's such a strong pick into all the like Josephine Gandalf stuff that exists right now. Like, I think 85 just makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, she has the...
I mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, like I was gonna say, like I feel like that's good if you're making some calls like that on your tier list. Like I like those tier lists a lot more if they're not only like just taking the data, because
Mm.
obviously like Valantis would be like a good like example. Like he's 42.3% win rate and 0.6 pick rate in G3, but obviously you can't like put him in the lowest tier in like my opinion at least.
Yeah,
No,
well,
It's
you
like,
can't.
it's
I
like stuff
just
like
did
that.
not put him in because too low pick rate.
Yeah.
But to be honest,
But,
I
like,
could have
just as
done
an
the same
example.
thing for Elena, but I make the exceptions if I feel the exception is there. Well, someone is mentioning, like, is Ella still 85 if she misses? Like, brother, any unit that is an AoE strip that misses is 0 tier anyways. Like, try that for a Gianna or a Veronica or anything.
Where would
But,
you put Valantis anyways if you had to put it somewhere now? Like,
I would
on
put
the list?
Valantis on legit like 60 right now because I wouldn't ruin it up so it's storage material. Whereas Elena is just a random Swiss at 210. You have that left over.
I mean, I would probably just. I mean, I don't know the exact tier list by heart, but I would probably put it in like 75.
Yeah,
honestly.
that sounds about valid.
It's just
Yeah.
like I would just say that there's a lot of despair units that are like 85, 90, so it's hard to like have the set to actually make Valantis worth 75
Yeah, that's
or
kind of
80.
what I run into as well.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Like, why would I
Yeah.
run Valantis over like Leila and Wind
Yep.
Winds and all that other
Yeah,
stuff?
exactly. But like I wouldn't say that's a like Valantis being a super bad issue, even though it's like a little bit less favorable in the meta.
It's just like the current meta doesn't work for him, and he's just worse straight up than Leila, and in my opinion, Wind Winds as well. So
And I mean, I will say with like Dark Cookie, like she's at least a bit better than other strippers if she misses, because at least you're not like activating like 10 different passives
Yep.
while you're missing with Elena.
Well,
So like that's a big.
tell that to Nobara,
Yeah,
but sure, outside of
Yeah,
Nobara,
yeah.
yes, and Mortera.
And hey gang, I mean, like of course there's a lot of
Yep.
passives that she activates as well, but at least she's ignoring a good amount
Yep,
of
true.
passives, like which are passives you would pick her into, as well.
yeah, it's mostly into all the like Singseis and Megumis that you see
Yeah.
a lot of right now, where she really shines. That's also why I think Sean is very playable right now, because no hit skill tree against Megumi and Singse is very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, for
Also,
sure.
when Elena gets the full bar absorb, she could move instantly into Oblivion. Like
Yeah, but that
for example,
only happens
Josephine.
for Glory. It's a Glory unit.
We are just using the data, right? If it was really working, we don't know. But
I mean, that was one thing that I
It
was
happened.
hoping for Elena though. Like if she had 35% absorb, I mean now she's played a bit more, I guess. But if it was 35% absorb, she could miss one unit and still be able to Oblivion.
That would be kind of juicy, but I think
Yeah.
that might be a little bit too
It
strong.
might
'Cause
be.
then you start running into the point where it's way too strong against hay gangs as well, possibly.
Yeah, kinda. If you
It's
go
like
edge.
it's like dangerous if you go like a swift follow up with her.
Yeah, I suppose.
It could
I
could
would like it.
mess up hay gangs. I mean, me too. Like, fuck yeah, please.
Counter
but
Josephine and A gang, even Megumi.
yeah, you have like
Gucci.
at that point you have to be like careful with it. Like, sure,
Yeah, I
like
mean-
a good hay gang should still cut in, but
Yeah, like I think I was saying that maybe 1 or 2 seasons back, and obviously she wasn't really used at all then.
right.
So it's like kind of the inverse of like where they're nerfing a unit a season later when it's not really picked. It would be like the other way around where they're like buffing a unit that's already picked a lot more. Kind of like Chow, I guess, in this patch.
Yeah. Yeah, Chow
That's
actually
strange.
kind of found himself back into the meta compared to like 2-3 years ago, where I was like, yo, you pick Chow, you're gonna insta lose. Right now, Chow is definitely not that bad. And they're gonna buff him now, whereas he needed the buff earlier.
Yeah, a bit strange.
What do you guys actually think about the new skins? We got 3 new skins for the, what was it? Arcane Weapons, Onimusha's Beetle Guardians. It is very common to see all of those units then also in the balance patch. We only saw the Arcane Weapons in balance patch, so what do you think about the Arcane Weapons right now?
I mean, I think
they're
most
all
of them got
bad.
nerfed.
Why
patch.
did they I don't get it. Why did they remove something and then add swap? something
Because
else?
I would say the biggest balance patch loser, like even way bigger, like than Salah, for example, would be like the Wind Arcane Weapon. Like that unit
Arcane
got
Weapon.
extremely nerfed for whatever reason.
Yeah, so
Like extremely nerfed.
wait, maybe it was something at the offices like, hey, I don't like your skin anymore, let's just nerf the unit, no one's gonna pick it, it's fine.
I mean, I think they were like already selling too many packs, so they're like trying to like not inflate their revenue for that month. Like they want to have a consistent growth, maybe.
Yeah, I have no clue, man. Well, I actually expected, when I saw the skin, I'm like, okay, Onyuki is gonna get buffed. No Onyuki buff. No Beetle Guardians buff. And then we have the Arcane Weapons that are nerfed. So pretty much all of those units you see as buffed, I'm like, are we actually even using that at the moment? Or I mean the units that got a skin, which is kind of odd.
Oh man, like I really don't like those Arcane Weapon changes.
Yeah,
'Cause I
that,
was actually like looking into the Wind one because I was like, oh, because I only read the balance patch quickly at first, and then I was like, saw that they removed things, and I feel like they nerfed. Okay, maybe the S2 got like, you could argue that it's buffed because now it's -1 CD, but they removed the full strip. I
yeah.
still think that's kind of buff, but I think S1 and skill 3, like especially for the Wind one, got like
Yeah,
pretty
but-
hard nerfed,
Only stripping
and she wasn't
one
used
buff,
at all.
Only stripping
Yeah.
one buff in a Gandalf meta is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can argue that even the S2 change was a nerf. But
Right.
I think the skill 3 nerf is actually crazy big. Like that would be, I would say it's even bigger than if they made it so Dark Monkey lost his cleanse block and got brand. Like it's even worse for the Wind. Arcane
Yeah.
Weapon.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And that would be like a huge Dark Monkey nerf if that were to happen.
I hope that happens if I don't get him.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they value branding debuffs so much right now.
Maybe they
I
want
don't know,
everyone to go
add
back to a
some-
Sierra bombing meta or something, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's working with the Dark Aragon, right? Dark Aragon, one of the strongest units with S1 branding.
Yeah, branding and on S1. It is
That's
there.
the important part. Maybe they think so. Oh,
Yeah, true.
S1 branding is so good.
It's totally not
the
that you have an
slow-
overtuned
slow-
skill
slow
3.
pushback reset.
Yeah, it's not the slow pushback 3-turn reset on the entire freaking team.
Yeah. But also, this S2 where he has the highest attack, he starts attack buffing himself and then attacks solo. I'm like, what is even that? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a bit strange.
Yeah, they
So
definitely
yeah,
do
I'm
like their
Bulldog
strange
Aragorn
interactions.
soon. I'm due. Tonight, when I get my LD scrolls from rushing, it's over for everybody.
I'm actually going to be summoning at midnight as well. I got about like 50-ish LDs at that time.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, good luck, good luck.
So that's either going to be close to 800 LDs dry, or I pull an LD5 and I buy every collab pack that I still is there to buy.
I hope you got like Gandalf.
If I get outside of Dark Gandalf, if I get Dark Gandalf, I'm going free to play for the rest of the year. That's just one of those things.
No, but like Dark Gandalf in 2 months is going to get a juicy buff, and he'll actually be so good.
It's.
I mean, yeah.
He has potential. At least he
I
has
would rather
multi-hits
have
already.
Dark Gandalf than Light.
For sure.
But I guess Light is for arena
Yeah,
stuff as well, right?
yeah. I would definitely
Okay,
use
to anyone
light on defense.
struggling with light Gandalf arena defenses, just
Oh, yeah,
stun it.
broken.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but thing
Broken.
is, okay, so I like I made a good offense to try and fight some Light Gandalfs, but usually, like if I had Light Gandalf, I would probably pair like Eleanor with him,
Yeah.
and then
Like-
if you don't like kill the Gandalf in time, then you're like still screwed. Because
I'm
I
not
was
gonna
fighting some
lie, like,
Macroma.
I'm just Daniel carried because I just use Chongpong Daniel into that shit and I never lose.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I was
you
like fighting
have to-
some. Because I did like Dark Tanjiro with Legolas, so I always stun the Light Gandalf. But then if there was like an Acroma or Eleanor in there and you don't kill the Gandalf by like missing a crit or something,
Yep.
then you're
Right.
still kind of cooked.
Or you pair it
So-
with the Nyx, so you have less chance of landing your stuns. There's definitely
Yeah,
strong
That also
combos.
works. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I would use it, but it's definitely just an arena defense unit and arguably a siege offense unit if you need a light tank. But even then, I think there's better options.
Also, like there was this light Gandalf guy today at like rank 1 for a while, and then my entire guild started farming him with double Lucian, by the way. Just Lucian him.
Yeah, that's also one of those things. Like you think you cover like half of the grounds of like strong offenses these days, and then you just get Lucianed or just Tiana Zyrost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we'll
have
see.
a question. Do you think Water Monkey needs a nerf? I feel like she was really strong.
Ooh. He is
I mean,
second
I
highest
would
pick rate or
still-
something, right?
Yeah, it's the second most pick rate, I think.
Yeah.
After
Like,
the
I would still advocate for the like change that I was talking about a few seasons ago, like where they make the invincibility 1 turn, but he gets slightly higher stun chance on skill 3.
I like that.
I agree on that.
Because that would be super nice. Because then like you're not as like scared of the Seckman effect when you're using him, but obviously it won't like 1 before like as frequently.
Yep, I like that. Because right now people
feel-
just go like heavy damage on him. The moment you have that 1 turn off, he's still tanky enough. You can't kill anything. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's also like you use your skill 3 and it's like, yeah, 15% checked. You're not stunning. And then you see some
Yeah,
other
exactly.
people and you see like 4 stuns in a row. I'm like, what did it happen
yeah,
for?
No, I also forgot Leila. I think we didn't talk about Leila.
True.
I feel like
I think
she's
Leila needs
also
a
way too
nerf.
broken.
Yeah.
Way too broken. That unit is sure RNG heavy, but if she hits everything, you're dead. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if
Well-
you have fire units or not. She hits everything.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Like Nobara and Leila are pretty much like the hard counters, or like Nobara is the only hard counter to Leila. So that is often what Countess does, which I understand it to a certain extent, but it's also really annoying. Oh, we have a super strong unit. Let's buff some super random, annoying, stupid ass counter for a passive to counter it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about Leila because in the end, I'm still a guy of win rates. For example, Megumi and Leila, they are pretty low on win rate, so it's not that crazy
Because
working.
they're overpicked, right? That's why.
Yeah, I think it's overpicked because in the right draft, it's super strong. Fully agree.
I think it's like that's also a thing because obviously Eretion is also overpicked, you know, and
Yeah,
he's like
true,
rocking
and he
one of the
has no
best win
issues with
rates
that.
ever.
And she still was the pick rate.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
that's
like
yeah, fair.
Shio should have like a higher win rate then, if like comparing
Yep.
it to Megumi, Leila, and Eretion, like comparatively.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would
So
say
it's quite
Shio. I
hard.
definitely like the
I just
nerf
feel
that you
like-
mentioned.
Rashin is inflated because it's the first time we've had an AoE 33 lead stripper. And
But
I
at the
think
same time, it should be like, should it be that easy to?
I just
play a
think
30
33
like,
lead
stripper?
AoE strippers are so strong. I think I
Yeah.
think they underestimated how strong it actually is.
Yeah,
Because now you're able to contest without having to pick another stripper. Right? Like before, if you played Oliver, you had like Oliver works also very well as like a single target unit, right? But if
I
you're
don't know,
like an AoE player, having a 33 lead to be able to contest anything pretty much, it's so strong.
I would say it's some like weird combination of like how Eresion's kit is though, because I don't really like his kit that much, but obviously it's like the best unit in the game by far.
Yep.
Because I feel like if you had Trinity, if Trinity had AoE strip on skill 3, like there's no way she would reach that win rate, right?
No, that's because Eresion also ends up being like decent on turn 2 where you have attack
Yeah,
bar manipulation, right?
Yep.
And the heal block, and even the skill 1 defense break.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll see how
Plus
long-
cannot be
you
killed by
can-
Sonya.
I do still think you can play against Eresion by drafting Oliver. It's just that Oliver is a lot easier to punish, in my opinion, than Eresion is.
I would say so. But I guess we'll see how the nerf hits him. I'm gonna predict that he gets to be like 52.6 or something, based on his win rate right now, after the nerf.
What's his win
So
rate right now?
obviously, it's 54% in G3
Yeah.
at least.
I think it will go like
With like
53
the
ish.
highest pick rate as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
By a long shot.
6.7 pick rate.
Yeah, he's like
That's-
double Shio's pick rate.
Wait, I
That's
can stream it for
ridiculous.
you so you can see it. If you want to.
I think that will mess up like everyone where everyone is posted on
Yeah.
the stream itself.
Just close the stream as well, you're fine. But thanks.
Wait, can that everyone see?
No, but like if you do that, it
Oh,
messes
okay,
up
okay,
safe
It
stream.
messes up like the order of like where
Oh.
we have the screens on my stream.
I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. But yeah, no, I totally get it. Like unit is super broken, but it's also going to be interesting because this whole balance patch will not will not involve any kind of tournament because the next legend tournament is after the next balance patch. Same for next siege tournament. So it's actually kind of a weird one to have like such a filler balance patch where they could have toyed around without involving
Hey.
any SWC or anything.
Don't disrespect Swell like that.
I just wanted to say it. Sweat a bit
I
too
wanted to
deep.
make you guys sweat during Swell for having like a completely different balance patch.
I mean, I would like that. I like when it's a completely fresh balance patch, even though it doesn't always work out.
Plus, like this Swell, you might be able to play with the Shumar and stuff,
True.
Yeah, true.
which no
That's
one is
gonna-
able to test in RTA right now.
Oh man,
because
I
that
don't know.
could be funny.
I might just run it down with like Tark and stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see.
Oh, the man is gonna go for some crazy stuff.
But yeah, the first 2 months of this season is all just going to be speculation as towards, I guess, what the next balance patch is going to be, and that's the balance patch is actually going to matter for everything else, like
Yeah.
SWC wise.
Yeah, because after that they're not gonna make that much changes. But it's also the thing, like you would say, they're not gonna change that much during an SWC season. They killed my oracles 2 weeks before prelim, so then again, it doesn't mean that much.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't think they care that much about like tournaments and stuff. I'm just saying, like this next balance patch is going to be the balance patch where everyone's going to be qualifying for SWC with, right?
Yeah,
And they have like Gigabuff, Nana, and Wusa and stuff before SWC as well.
true. Didn't
see.
they
But-
buff Nana legit the day before? Or no, wait, they buffed Wusa the day before SWC Europe Cup?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we didn't even use it. We were still playing Lulu's that was already nerfed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Even
crazy.
the Nana buff was a few weeks before, and
Yeah.
Europe didn't use it.
I'm just hoping there's like something that comes out fairly strong from the balance patch. Otherwise, I'm like hoping that the anniversary events are actually good. So like you have Special League, so that's already like 2 weeks shaved off, and then like cool anniversary events
Yep.
with using Hellhounds, maybe in RTA as well. Like maybe the next balance patch is actually feeling like it's soon, and then it's a decent one, you know.
Would it
'Cause I'm
be
not super convinced by this one?
would
Personally.
it be a good idea to either buff other 33s or add like 1 or 2 extra 33 leads to deal with like Eresion?
I would say
possibly?
add more.
It's hard because I think obviously, yeah, but then I feel like maybe every single 24 lead would have to be like a 28 lead, you know, in a weird way.
Yeah,
you know?
because
it's gonna like
by
push
adding
the
more
bar up all the
33s, you're
time.
going to nerf the 24, sure,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But
Yeah.
that could be something like if they add more 33 leads and make every 24 lead a 28 lead,
I would take
that
that.
could be a way to balance it. Like you have 28 lead like Gojo, obviously that's gonna feel a lot better
I would take
now
that.
that Russian is so strong. Yeah, exactly. Like maybe they could look into something like that, but I feel like that's a big change. I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's
you
a
agree with
really
that.
big change because also Sierra will become 20 or oh wait, then we also have Shing's on 28. No, never mind.
I mean, 24 leads that aren't like Sing Se and stuff, for example, are already kind of down bad. You don't see Sierra, more Chiwu, basically at all anymore.
True.
Yeah, Sarah only when
Honestly,
you have Diana, right?
Seimei is really. I mean, I used to be a Seimei enjoyer, but I feel like he's really bad right now. Honestly,
I think he's fallen off as well.
Obviously, it's like annoying to fight when he does his thing. Like that's why everyone hates him, right? But
He still seems to be like a lot of people's go-to counter into a Russian, though.
Yeah, it's
a
either
little bit, but
Megumi or Shinzo.
I would say
I
that's a really good
notice-
matchup for Russian though, which is weird.
Well, I mean, it is weird because like what I noticed when the way I was playing also made it that way. But I always first pick a Russian, right? And then a lot of people would end up responding with Xingzhe Sekhmet,
Yep.
trying to force me into like a Shiho to deal with the Sekhmet, like to contest it. And then they end up like, let's say I go like Shiho Oki, which on paper sounds really good into Xingzhe Sekhmet. They just end up going like Gandalf Josephine. So I think Xingzhe still has some value right now, but he is a lot weaker than he was like before the entire Gandalf meta that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're
definitely
right. Adding more 33s would nerf the 24s even more than they are already like down bad right now.
true.
I would kind of like that though. Like if like that specific change, even though it's a crazy change, like making everything 28, if they're adding more 33 leads.
Yeah,
Because I
it
feel
could
that makes
be
it so there's a
very
lot
interesting.
more options.
It
Like you
does.
can play a lot of more different drafts. It's kind of like when we're asking for like base speed changes, except in like a different way, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
And
a lot
like that
of...
way, it wouldn't.
Go ahead.
Like that way, it would be a lot easier to like nerf a 33 lead and make it a 28 lead instead. Like obviously,
True.
like nerfing from 33 to 24 is like a huge drop off. But like switching between 28 and 33s here and there wouldn't be as big of a deal.
Would you keep them as global 28s or just turn them on to arena leads?
Global 28, because I think it would be bad to like limit the siege options too.
Right, yeah. So everyone's
But
just
obviously, it
global.
would be like a big overhaul.
Yeah, be a huge change.
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty big for Siege as well, because Siege 28 leads are the ones that are Siege only lead.
Yeah.
But then can we also make Kiara out of the 21 leads? Can we also remove the 21 leads to at least 24?
Yeah, they could. They could for sure. I think that's what they should do.
Should Han get a 35% lead?
Can we make Morjet at least
the
be...
Forster family has
Well-
all four has 30%, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly. But like, yeah, I mean,
25
you could,
has also 30. Why?
You can make Han 33.
34 is also fine.
It's most
that's
totally
like-
not greedy.
I mean, Ismoo makes a point. Like people are saying that with Wedget as well, right? Like, why is Wedget 24?
Yeah,
You know?
Wedget is the only one that actually completely defies all logic of all leads, because that is a 24 lead for only one thing, which it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as Han, right? It's just that since Han has a completely unique speed lead, you don't see it as being that weird.
Yeah,
That is
true.
30%. But it's a pretty similar case.
Yeah, true.
But then again, I don't
Would
know if we
Wedget
need
be a
30...
28 after this buff, or would you just make him a 33? Because I would like a 33 Wedget. That'd be juicy.
That would be OP.
28, honestly. 23 lead Wedget. Like, that's...
I take it, but
I
I
like
think
it.
it's too strong.
Maybe do it.
Right.
Yeah,
Someone is saying
I would be
Wedget
down
is
for it.
24
as long
because he
as
doesn't
I'm
awaken.
equal to like Wol Jung lead, I want to not be worse than Wol Jung with my Wedget.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of good changes that could be made. Unfortunately, not that many changes. I guess the people here on the stream will definitely check out and test a bunch of units during either Special League or early season. Because early season, nothing matters that much anyways. We have a good hour and a half on the podcast already. Time went by really fast. Any final words from any of y'all guys? Obabo?
I don't know. I feel like... I mean, we were able to talk a lot about the balance patch, and I thought it would be like shorter, since there wasn't really that much to talk about. But I guess there were some controversial changes. So yeah,
Yep.
hopefully that's not something that's like gonna be a recurring theme, because I feel that would be really bad for the game. So
Same.
we'll see, I guess.
Fair. Good take. Ismoo?
My final words about the balance patch is pretty bad. They buffed units and then nerfed them at the same time. I really don't like the idea of that. And also they did way too less to change the meta. Because the next season is pretty important for SWC qualification. So we have almost the same meta, I think.
Fair. Yep. Scribble.
At endless.
Wait, what the hell is that?
Nothing, it's just a meme. I don't really have any final words. I think the balance patch speaks for itself. I just hope the next one makes more sense and is a bit more interesting, because I don't think this one really changes much about RTA at all. And I'd
And I
rather
think
see like
yeah. Oh, sorry.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think next one will be impacting the SWC qualifying anyways in like the last few weeks, right?
Yep.
So it should be interesting if it's like a good one.
Yeah. How long is a season normally? Because next balance patch should be in 2 months from now. So then we're talking end of May.
The way it usually goes, it's like one balance patch is at the end of an RTA season. The next one is a month before the RTA season ends, and then you have one 2 months before the season ends, and then you have one at the end of the season again.
Yeah, I guess so. So then we would have like end of season, mid to end June-ish, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Blah, blah.
it usually cycles to be like 1 month before the end, 2 months before the end, at the end, back to 1 month before the end, 2
Yeah,
months
fair.
before the end, and then at the end again. That's how the balance patches and RTA seasons always cycle. Because we always have this balance patch like after Legend tournament, like once or
Yep.
twice a year now, right?
Yep.
So there's just a cycle to how they like make that shit work.
That's maybe what you think.
No. Surely this is something they actually do because they can think.
Yeah, it's like, I'll find the logic, and these guys are on the back. It's like, did we use logic for that, or did
we
it just
did
happen? Well, we'll see about that. Guys, I want to thank all of your guys' time. I'm glad to have you guys on the podcast. Yeah, that's about it. Unless we have anything else.
Thank you for having me in. I'm sorry for delaying the
Yeah.
podcast.
Ismoo, you're never invited
You're
anymore
burned.
again because you were late. No, just kidding. Also to Ismoo and Obabo, you guys are playing for the Swell Finals coming on the 4th of April. So definitely do check that out. Scribble, unfortunately, is out, but will be
I got
in the chat.
scammed, man. It is what it is. I thought I had a tiebreaker against Smoke.
Yeah, it was pretty close though, but at
But
least you will be in
apparently-
chat shouting at people.
Apparently, he beat the other guy that was in a 3-way tiebreaker, so they just put him through. I thought I had it, man.
Yeah, just
It's
blame
okay.
Last Deadly Sin and not.
I rewatched my replays against Obabo, and he actually did scam me in game 2.
But you
besides the
scammed
point.
him in game 1, right?
No, I didn't.
You did.
No,
Kinda.
I didn't. No, game 1 was just good for me.
Yeah, good RNG.
I mean, okay,
I mean,
Okay,
okay, listen, game 1, I got lucky with like the monkey not stunning my Viva Shell. It is what it is.
And
I mean, I
after
would
that,
say if game 2 is good for you, then game 1 is probably not that good for you. I guess.
No.
Or, like,
I mean,
you
I'm
know what I
just,
mean?
I'm just kidding. It's just I watched the replay and I was like, damn, if my fucking water monkey actually stuns on turn 1, I have a way better chance.
Oh, did your water
'Cause
monkey
they-
also miss?
True.
My water
yeah.
monkey missed a stun on turn 1, and then you got the defense break my Jaeger with your Erechian skill 1, because
Oh, wait,
you was
did you go
able to
with-
strip it. You was able to strip it with Escher.
Oh,
You
wait,
Escher skill treat my Jaeger, and then you Erechian skill 1 me, and then you was able to kill it because of defense break.
So it was good for you if you land stun Erechion.
If I
But it
stun
was
the no,
like-
if I stun the Escher, you can never defense break my Jaeger.
Oh
Turn
wait, you had it
1.
on Asher. Okay.
Yeah,
What-
and I didn't stun, so you were able to strip my Jaeger. I was rewatching that on I don't know where, but I saw it. I was like, damn, I got a little bit unlucky there. But then I mean,
Yes.
game 1, I resist your monkey stun, right? So I was able
When
to
it
get
happens
Viva
with
Gel.
Scribble, it's okay. But when it's happened
but like,
against him, it's not okay.
No, but Viva Gel's 100 res.
Yeah, Viva was
Fucking
100 res.
Escher isn't. Come on now.
Hello?
Wait, my Asher is
Viva got
my Asher
always
is under
done.
us though. How much act was your?
Stop
monkey?
lying. Stop lying.
Okay, I'll stop.
56 accuracy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Good
It's fine,
banter
it's
back and
fine.
forth. Well, guys, want to thank you all. It was a great time. You'll
Yeah,
definitely
thank
be
you,
back
Zach.
at some point on the podcast, and see y'all later.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
having
See
me.
Thanks.
And good luck with the summons.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Hope you
Oh, that was a lengthy one. That was really a good one. For the side of YouTube, we'll be ending stream. Summons I will be doing still on Twitch and kind of stuff, but want to keep the YouTube side to just a podcast. Where the hell that is?